Hello everyone, it's Jeff from Jeff's Journeys, and won't you join me today for a scenic ride on the highways, byways, and back roads of lovely West Virginia for a late October drive to Parkersburg and the Blennerhassett Hotel, and to stay next door to a room they say is haunted. Hey, why don't you take a moment and please hit like and subscribe, and if you like the content, please share for others, and let's get these travel videos out there. So without further ado, let's head off to Parkersburg in the Blennerhassett Hotel. Yep, and right across the street is my destination for the evenings where I'll bed down. It's the Blennerhassett Hotel here in Parkersburg. I think it's a stroll right through the main entrance. All right, I've arrived here at the Blennerhassett Hotel, and my suite is number 407. And the reason 407 is significant, or at least they tell me, is because it's right next to number 409, which they say is one of the most haunted places in the whole building. All right, let's go in and check out suite 407. That's where I will be staying tonight. All of these suites are different. None are decorated exactly the same. Now, this is the only one I've ever stayed in, so I can't speak to whether that's true or not, but I'll take their word for it. Okay, I'm checked in and I'm getting kind of comfortable. Just drank me a bottle of water. I thought a little bit later I'd maybe, I don't really know a lot of ghost stories, but I thought I'd try to tell one. Seems kind of appropriate for Halloween, for trick or treat. And right over here to my right is the entrance to room number 409. It has 2 floors in it, and it is one of the most haunted rooms in the hotel, and they put me next door to it. So I will be sitting here and seeing if I hear anything, and that's what I'll be looking at. So I think I'm going to go out and probably get me a bite to eat. Make sure before I leave I'm not forgetting anything. And I'll be back here in a little bit. Okay, I'm entering into the lobby way. When you come in the front entrance, I'm coming into the other way. I just want to give you an idea what it kind of looks like here.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, we can do both.
And over here's the restaurant, and I might be going over there and eating here in a little bit. And here's one of the guests that stay here. You may recognize her. That's Marilyn Monroe, and you'll find out in a minute why she was here. That's right, folks. Marilyn was here to see none other than President John F. Kennedy, who stayed here back in the 60s. Yeah, and right across the way from John Kennedy and the other display shelf is Hillary Clinton and some members of her family. They also stayed here back when they were hitting the campaign trail. I think I'll make a phone call. Who should I call? Hello, room service. And I asked this lady to have dinner with me, and she was so flattered, she lost her head. And this lady's been here for some time. She's been waiting on the perfect man to come along. I have a feeling she may be waiting a while longer. Or I guess I could play the role of matchmaker and fix her up with this guy over here. He looks pretty spiffy. He's been here for a while. Yeah, they'd be a good match. Yeah, there's no question they need an exterminator around here. There's spiders all over the place, and they're big too. I think they might be on steroids, I'm not sure. And here's another spider. He done spun his web and covered up most of this beautiful picture. Shame, shame, shame. I think I'll just show you around the reading room here and how they've got it decorated. Love the music. Then there's this book that just seems to be hanging around. Yeah, and here's where people can sit and pass the time and look out the window and play them a game, I guess, of chess or checkers. And if they get tired of that, they can just turn around here and they can play with this Ouija board while they warm themselves by the fire. All right, you guys might remember a movie a while back. It's called 13 Ghosts. It's been made a couple of times. That's a pretty good movie. But there's at least 13 ghosts that hang out here. The man in the bowler hat, he's often seen downstairs in the laundry room for some reason and up on the second and third floor. There are sounds of kids and children. Sometimes they ride tricycles. There is the red-headed lady with the blue dress with the furry collar. There's some other ones too. There's several. There's actually a vaudeville actor or actress that they say if you look in one of the mirrors, sometimes you'll see them, and there were vaudeville troupes that passed through here. So. Yeah, and as I mentioned, they said there's a mirror and there's a woman who appears in it. I'm not sure if this is the mirror or not, but I'm going to go over and see. I'm going to get up here and see if anyone appears.
Yeah, I don't have any appeared. Like, I've never experienced something like that.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing a reflection back there of a man that works here. Maybe you guys are seeing something. I don't think it's working this evening. Y'all ever get any reports of like squeaking noises out in the hall or?
We have had some, yes, we've had some things brought up about that, absolutely.
All right, 'cause I think I heard some. I just wanted to let you know.
What floor were you on?
You put me in the
fourth floor?
Yeah.
I know what room you're in.
409.
Okay, all right. Oh, yeah. What about the statue that's right there near your room, right there in the hallway? It looks like a buck or a deer.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's actually come down on the elevator a few times.
Okay.
And I guess it is supposed to be very haunted.
Okay. The buck is haunted.
Yes, the buck is haunted.
So the buck stops here. But do you, though, get a lot of reports about stuff from 409 next door?
Absolutely. It's one of our most haunted rooms.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Sometime you'll need to come here and stay there in that room. It's very haunted.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right. And this is the haunted buck that the lady down at the front desk was talking about. I didn't know it was haunted, but I guess it is. He's been pretty good so far. So we'll see what happens the rest of the night. All right. That was fun, but I've had enough of John Kennedy, Monroe, and the man in the bowler hat and the headless lady. So let's head back up to the room. Maybe we'll get lucky and see the lady who they sometimes spot coming off the elevator. Well, maybe next time. Well, you know what they say, the best laid plans of mice and men is that mice and midgets. Sometimes I get confused these days, but anyway, I thought I had my wall charger for my phone up in the room and it disappeared. I'm kind of certain it was probably that the red-headed lady in the blue jacket with the brooch that took it. I think I saw her put it in her purse, but I can't prove it. Or was that the blue-headed lady in the red dress? Well, I don't know. Whoever it was, she got it, so I had to go out to my car and sit out there for about 15-20 minutes, charge my phone up. All right, we're heading back to the hotel, and I think I got enough charge to maybe get us a ghost or two. Maybe we can get that man in the bowler hat, maybe one of those kids riding around out there in the aisles or in the lobby on their tricycle. But anyway, we're going back in, so I'm going to head up to the room and we'll see what happens. And yes, although this hotel was built in 1889, it does come equipped with a phone charger right there in the room. Good to know. All right, let me kind of retell that story of Saul and Samuel. Samuel he had passed away, and he had been Saul's advisor. And Saul hadn't been very good about following what God wanted him to do. In fact, he did pretty much the opposites. But anyway, he was getting ready to go to battle against the Philistines, and these Philistines were very big people, very intimidating, very imposing. They had a huge army going up against the Israelites, and here's Saul going against them. God wasn't talking to Saul, wasn't telling him what to do. The prophets, they had nothing to tell him. And this Urim and Thummim, which was pretty much the supernatural version of how God would reveal his will to the people, wasn't talking to him either. So he got hard up, and he went out and found a medium or a witch, and he found one over an indoor because he banned them all and run them all off, so he had to go out and dig one up. So he decided he probably shouldn't go there as a king since he's the one that banned him. So he dressed up. I think maybe he's dressed in drag, maybe like Milton Berle or something. And went over there trying to fool her and say, "Oh, I want you to summon up someone, and I will swear under an oath that I won't tell on you." Well, she finds out it's Saul, and it's like, okay, all right, who is it you want me to summon up? Samuel. Samuel was a prophet and a priest, and he had been an advisor to Saul, even though Saul didn't listen to him. And since no one else was talking to Saul, he said, maybe Samuel, even though he's dead, he'll listen to me. So anyway, she does this conjuring, and sure enough, it summons up Samuel from his place of rest, and Saul wants to know what's going to happen in the battle. Hey, you got any advice for me? These guys are pretty big and intimidating, having trouble keeping my troops together. He says, all right, Saul, since you've woken me up, here's what's going to happen. This time tomorrow, you're going to be here with me, you and your sons. And sure enough, the next day, Saul and his two sons died in battle. I think Saul ended up committing suicide. But anyway, the ghost of Samuel was right and predicted their ending. So, well, I'll tell you, it's getting late and I'm pretty tired. I got a long day tomorrow. It's around midnight. I'll probably go out here in a few minutes and put on the head cam and walk around and see if there's anything unusual. I'm not sure what that was, but I've heard that before. It could be something in the pipes. I'm really not certain. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and put on the head cam, and I'm going to go out and take a walk up and down the hall and see what's going on, and then I'm heading to bed. All right, there we go. I think I'm taking a stroll around the 4th floor. And down there's the same room I showed you from the other side, a little sitting room. And we're coming down the home stretch. Not sure. I don't know if that's the same sound I heard earlier or if that's a different sound or what, but we're back. There's 411. Here is 409. And my room, number 407. Get out the key, let's go in, and let's call it an evening. Good night, everybody. Well, my brief one-night stay is over, and it's time for checkout. Yes, there could be natural explanations. Yes, it could also be trickery. Or perhaps what we heard and experienced last night could be something else. But as you can see in this video, the sounds I could not capture were the ones that probably were the scariest. And here you see me holding my Samsung Go Mic Mobile up to the ceiling, trying to record something that, well, words probably can't describe. So after a few attempts, I left my earbuds in, turned up some music, and tried to get me some sleep. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and please click like, and if you would, subscribe and share with a friend. Until next time, happy travels, everyone.